Want to up your word count and leave your next writing session feeling accomplished? This is your episode. Hi, I'm David Peterson, and I've got angst. Welcome back to Believe in Your Story, where I share some of the writing challenges I've faced and how I've dealt with them. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any episodes. Today, we're going to discuss how to prepare for your writing session. I wrote my fantasy novel Angst without any sort of plan. I knew the start and the finish, and some of the stuff in the middle. It took a while to complete, but it was my first book and no one was waiting. Readers who loved the first book were hungry for the second, buried in angst. Writing time was precious. I had a full-time job that sometimes ate up evenings and weekends. My kids were both in high school, and I remember a lot of driving. Between band practice and debate, it felt like my wife and I ran a part-time taxi service. I had to schedule my writing time and spent a lot of it in coffee shops, hiding from distractions like chores, video games, and the kids. Despite setting this time aside, more than a few sessions ended after a paragraph. Sure, it all adds up, but I always felt like I could do more. I showed up ready to write, but I wasn't prepared at all. When I realized this, I completely changed how I prepare for a writing session. Years later, I still follow these 3 steps to get more words on the page. Know what you're going to write. When I'm not writing, I'm a technical consultant. My days are filled with projects and troubleshooting and meetings. If I show up unprepared and unfocused, my productivity goes in the tank. When I have a plan and know what I'm going to tackle, it gets done. Writing works the same way. It doesn't matter if you outline your books in advance or pants your way through them. Writing by the seat of your pants. You'll write more words if you know the scene you're planning to work on. Let's pretend you're writing a book called Jurassic Golf. You've given it some thought, and it's time to write that big chapter, Bobby versus the pterodactyl. Envision it. It's almost time for your next writing session. You know what you're going to write, and you're excited. Readers are going to be shocked when Bobby gets attacked by a pterodactyl at the golf course. This is a turning point for your book because everyone knows pterodactyls hate the taste of golfers. Slow down. You're not ready yet. I want you to go a little deeper than just the idea. Before your session, try to spend some time imagining how the scene plays out. All it takes is a little brainstorming, and I begin to picture. Bobby's a terrible golfer. He hits a ball right into the pterodactyl nest. He sneaks up to the nest and breaks a few eggs. It's the 18th hole, and the pterodactyls think he looks delicious. When I can picture what happens like a scene in a movie, I know my writing session will be productive. That's when I take it a step further. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, I want you to take it a step further by hitting the like button. Tell, don't show. You may be familiar with that critique. Don't tell us what happens. Show us. I am now going to give you the opposite advice. My word count goes up when I write down what I envision. I don't necessarily outline the chapter, I simply make a list. It always includes major plot points that I'm going to write about. Sometimes the muse throws me a bone and gives me some fun ideas. Bobby is wearing a red polo and, hey, pterodactyls hate the color red. After crawling up to the nest, his hands now smell like eggs. His buddy brought a machine gun in his golf bag because he knows this course is dangerous and that Bobby is an idiot. This movie should star Bruce Campbell. Wait until you see what happens at your next writing session. When you know what you're going to write, you can picture it in your head, and you list key things that you expect to happen. Not only will you increase your word count, you may have more fun writing. Do you plan your writing sessions in advance? What do you do to increase your word count? Please share below. I'm sure other writers would love to hear from you, and so would I. Thanks for watching. Go write your book, and believe in your story.